Today is August 25th. I always have to look at that. I don't know how I can't memorize the date. Um, and this is Tuesday Team Call. And this week we're going to talk about inviting and forming. So the soul of your business is inviting, our three vital behaviors. So really, sometimes it's hard to invite people. Sometimes it's hard to connect with people. And sometimes you feel like a freako on the internet. Like, hi, my name's Alexis. You want to be my friend? Pause. Has anybody seen that video of that girl in the drive-thru that was like, hey, I was in the drive-thru earlier and I was wondering if you wanted to have a sleepover? Nobody saw that?
I want to have a sleepover.
That is hilarious. Okay, me and Katrina saw it. It says how all girls should make friends. And the girl goes in the drive-thru and she's like, hi, earlier I was in the drive-thru and you told me I had pretty nail polish or something like that. And I bought a burrito and something. And I was wondering if you wanted to have a sleepover. And the girl was like, what? And she was like, a sleepover. And she was like, when? She was like, tonight. And the girl was like, yeah, pull up to the next window. And they were like my age, you know. So it's kind of funny, but you know, sometimes people be creeping like that. But anyways, for me, I don't have a problem. I will say this one thing, and my husband's going to laugh when I say it, but your number one thing to think about is if you are doing all the talking, then you're doing it wrong. And he's laughing because I talk a lot. But when I'm working with someone and for me, I'm not. I'm listening, learning, and trying to figure out how I can help them. So there's two types of listening, inactive listening and active listening. People who are inactive listeners only listen for key points in the conversation as kind of a test so they can memorize what they learned, but not really taking in what the person is saying. So in our business, you have to be an active listener because you have to draw an emotion out of somebody. I know that I've talked to some of you guys about this, but you have to get an emotion from somebody. So if an emotional thing for me is I have really big arms. I have chubbier arms than, most women. Well, I bought a shirt the other day and it was extra large and the shirt couldn't fit my arms because they were too chubby. And that is a big deal to me. That's why I'm doing Body Beast, because I'm uncomfortable with my arms. And so sharing something like that on your Facebook is what's going to draw an emotion out of somebody. You want somebody to feel like you care about them, because weight loss is really, JC. Weight loss is go build me a desk and I'll be up in my room. Weight loss is more than an emotional or more than a physical thing. Like people see girls on magazines and they're like, I wish I looked like that. Or I wish I could wear a bikini. Or I wish I could wear, a tank top and feel comfortable. But the bigger thing is it's an emotional thing. It's incredibly emotional. So when you're posting and talking to someone, you have to have emotion. So don't ever get offended if I see something you post and I come to you and say, hey, you need more emotion or you need some different words or we need to beef up that post because I want you to succeed. So I'm just being here to tell you I'm an incredibly emotional person. So it's easy for me to be in tune to that. Thanks, JC. I know. I cry about everything. Like a 5-year-old. I sent him a thing today that says, reasons I'm a 5-year-old. I cry easily, don't know how to adult, drink a lot of juice, constantly need attention, ask too many questions, become attached to everything really quickly. And that is so me. I am. I think I'm going to keep this shirt because I'm so attached to it. Katrina's like, no, I like that shirt. But really, be emotional. Find something to pull some kind of emotion out of somebody. Like for Jenny, she has an incredibly challenging motherhood. And so she could probably draw an emotion to like working out as a form of, relief because she's angry, she's tired, and she's jumping around the living room, sweating her butt off, and that makes her feel better. It makes her feel strong, I have to imagine. So you just find something that works for you. Katrina, yours might be the fact that you're living with 1 billion people and you really want to, grow your income so that you can live on your own. Kelly, like maybe you want to grow your income so that you can go out and do stuff without your kids, so you can be alone since you're with them all the time. You just have to find a way to connect to someone. So for me, my husband wants cows. Like you guys know that he wants cows. And so for me and my income, I'm like, hey, I really want to buy my husband a cow. And that sounds so strange, but it's so important to me. And so, what are you guys looking at me like that for?
Not one.
He wants a lot of cows, right? But can you hear? Good deal. We were missing you. Everybody has an emotional side to touch into. So just make sure that if you got to write it down, write it down. Sometimes I have to, I'll go post something and I'm like, hold on, I need to gather myself, because what I'm about to post is going to sound like, I don't mean this in a negative way, but you've seen people with Younique. I do like their makeup. I bought their makeup before, but their posts are like one girl's today that was like, I woke up like this and I make up like this. Don't I look cool? That doesn't draw an emotional thing out of me. So I'm like, I'm not buying that makeup because there's no, I'm not connecting to that. So, I'm not doing that. My mom has diabetes. I can connect with people with diabetes, and I've worked with my mom, whatever. You guys get the point. So when you're meeting new people, you guys have all heard of Forum, right? It's in the online office, but we're going to go over it anyway. So this is how you should treat every conversation that you have, because you don't want to sound like a creeper. Because honestly, I have started plenty of conversations like, hey, your little girl's so cute. And then I've had at least 10 of them people be like, why is she looking at my kid? Why does she think my kid's cute? Could be kind of strange for somebody. So when you're meeting someone, I'm just always like, hi, nice to meet you. And then when they're like, hey, you too, and I get that they're pretty open about it, then I'll be like, your little girls are so cute. Me and my husband have 2 little girls. We really wanted a boy, but not in the works for us. And I literally use that for everyone. If they have a boy, I'll say the same thing. We wanted a boy, it didn't work out for us. If they have 2 girls, hey, I've got 2 girls. We wanted a boy. Did you guys? Whatever. And it works well because people love talking about their kids. Because, hello, we made them. I mean, what better is something that you could have than your child? So the first part of forming is F, which is family. So you're going to ask them about their family. You're going to ask them, do they live around here? So if you can use this for meeting someone in a grocery store or online. You ask them if they live around here, you have kids, how old are they? People will just start talking about their kids, oh, my son just learned how to ride a bike, whatever. They're going to get them talking about themselves so you can listen. And you listen to everything they're saying. You take mental note. They're busy. They have 3 kids under the age of 5. One's starting kindergarten. One's in gymnastics. One's learning how to walk. So you're taking all that in. And what's the one thing you can think of when someone says they have 3 kids under 5? You don't have time to go to a gym. Yeah, you want to shoot yourself. You don't have time to go to a gym. There's just not time. Even 1 kid under the age of 5, there's just not time. They're not self-sufficient. They can't take care of themselves. So you got to cook for them. You got to bathe themselves. I don't know about you guys, but Adelai's almost 4, and I still got to check her butt sometimes. The kids they're not self-sufficient at that age. So that's the one thing I'm taking in. You have a lot of kids, you need to save money. And truthfully, our program does save money because we're giving you a workout and you never pay for the workout again. About 1 workout. You could do that for the rest of your life. You don't have to own every program like I do. You can own 1. And that's it. I lost 65 pounds on 1 program. I never even need to buy the rest. But I did because I like them and I work here. Hello. And I get 25% discount. Sometimes I'll be signing people up. My mom buying her a challenge bag so I get a free workout, whatever. So you get people want to talk about their family, and you're taking in stuff. You're active listening. So when you're active listening, you're actively thinking to yourself how you can grow from this, how they can grow from this. And then that's what you need to think about all the time, because when you're meeting someone, you're talking to someone, you're learning. So after you talk to them about their family, generally what will happen when you talk to someone and they say, oh, I have 3 kids. How about you? And then you can answer, I have 2 kids, Adelie and Peyton. One's about to be 4, one's about to turn 1. I think one's the spawn of Satan. I think one was here to tempt me to have more kids. You know, I love them. And then they'll be like, oh, that's so funny. Oh, my son's a little damn devil. You put chocolate on the wall or whatever. And I'll be like, you know what? One time my daughter colored the whole couch with a permanent marker. So, you know, it opens up opportunity, and they're going to generally ask you something after they answer their question or after they answer your question. And then after they do, you know, and you can tell the conversation's kind of leading on, you talk about your family. The next letter is O, and it's for occupation. This is your golden ticket right here. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. Whenever you talk to someone about their occupation, what does that mean? That you get to talk about yours. The biggest part of this business that is so important to me is that you do not sell your product. You are here to sell yourself. So if you are selling your product, then we need to talk, because that's not what I want you to do. I don't want you advertising like the milkman. I don't want you driving down the road like the ice cream truck. I want you to get an emotion out of somebody and share your life with them. So when you talk to them about their occupation, you ask them what they do. Ask them the challenges of their job. Ask them what they like most. And most importantly, ask them what they like least. And then they're going to tell you about their job. And when they do, you have a great opportunity to say, oh, that's like for me, I meet a nurse. Oh, that's nice. I was going to go to nursing school one time. How do you like it? Oh, I love it. It's long hours. I'll be like, girl, I totally get it. It's 12-hour shifts. That's a long time. And then eventually, after you're listening for a while and they're talking, they're going to say, what do you do for a living? And every single time, my answer is, not that I work at Walmart, not that I'm a stay-at-home mom, not that my husband wanted to open a wood shop business. My answer is, I run an online fitness company, because that's what I do. I coach people across the world, across the United States and Canada, online. I don't meet up with anybody. I don't show them how to work out. I run an online fitness business. That's it. I don't say I work for Beachbody. I'm a Beachbody coach. You should join my challenge. That's all I say. I'm an online fitness coach, or I own an online fitness business. And every single time in the 2.5 years that I've been doing this, I promise you, they will say, oh, what's that? Every time. Because why? All I said was one sentence. I didn't tell them, oh yeah, you heard of P90X, Tim and Sandy? Yep, I've done them. You heard of Shakeology? Because I drink that. You should drink it too. I said one sentence. And then they're going to say, oh yeah, what's that? And then in return, I say, you heard of P90X and Insanity? They say, yep. Very rarely do they say no, but usually they say yeah. And then when they do, I say, oh, I work for the company that made those products. We have a ton of other stuff. And they're like, oh, wow, that's so cool, because they're not thinking in their mind network marketing. They're thinking in their mind, holy crap, this girl works for a workout that's famous. And so they're like, oh, wow, that's incredible. Like, do you like it? And I'm like, oh, I love it. I've literally made the best friends in my entire life. I've had the most fun in my entire life. I've been on trips that I never could have gone on. And I lost 65 pounds in my living room. I was almost in the infomercial. I didn't tell you guys that, but I made it this close to the infomercial. The only reason I didn't make it is because my before picture was kind of blurry. Otherwise, I was going to be on TV, y'all. So, you know, you say that. And then in return, they're like, that is so much fun. And I'll go like, yeah, you know, and then I move on. I don't ask them to do anything. I don't ask them to join my business, because I'm not asking them right now. I'm not inviting them. Move on to the R, which is recreation. Because this is how you're going to get an emotion out of somebody. Ask them what they do for fun. Where do they go on vacation? Do they like to go on vacation? Do they get to go on vacation? What kind of sports do they like? What kind of hobbies do they like? Do they like ultimate frisbee? Do they like Zumba? That people call that a hobby. They don't even realize it's an exercise. And some people will say, I don't get to go on vacation. Well, what am I thinking about when somebody says that? I'm going to take you on vacation. I'm about to make you some money. I'm going to take you on vacation, because I want everybody to go on vacation. Jenny, are you watching TV? But that's how I feel. You take emotion, you draw emotion out of them. And chances are you don't have to follow this list exactly what I'm saying. Ask them what kind of sports they like because they might not like sports. But you can ask them about vacations. That's one of my favorite things to ask people about because that's how I learn where I want to go on vacation. So you ask, listen, and chances are they'll say, "Oh, what about you?" And I'll be like, "Well, I haven't got to plan a lot of vacations for my family yet. I want to go to Disney World, but last year my husband and I did get to go on a cruise with my company, and it was a lot of fun." And they're like, "What? You went on a cruise?" Yeah. All I did was pay for $200 in gas. That is it. And me and JC went on a cruise to Cozumel and Grand Cayman, and it was awesome. And he jumped in the pool with his clothes on at the white party, and it was just raining, and it was just so much fun. And I don't tell them all that, but I tell them went on a cruise. It was fun. And then they're like, "Oh, that's awesome. Your company does that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I went to Laguna Beach." Their beach kind of looked like a lake, but whatever. And then once you're done talking about that, which is easy to talk about, move on to the next thing, which is the E. No, there's no E. Sorry. Once you're done, you move on to the next thing. I was going to say invite, and I said E, but whatever. So invite them to be your friend on Facebook. A lot of coaches will say carry a business card. I don't do that. I did buy business cards. It didn't really work out for me. I don't like that because I feel when I have a business card, the person that I'm talking to feels unimportant to me. Because if you're important to me, I want to be your friend on Facebook or I want your phone number or email so we can connect again. If I'm giving you my business card, the thing is I don't know if you're ever going to call me. You might lose that. And I just feel like I'm being really, like CEO-like, and I don't like that. I don't want people to ever feel like I'm not approachable. So, if you want to get a business card, totally cool. What's that website that has them all the time? Nobody knows. Vistaprint, yes. So they do cheap, $9.99. You can get some business cards with your name on them, whatever. And even if you didn't want to put that you were a fitness coach, you could just put your name. And then, it won't be too unprofessional. But for me, I will just always say, "Hey, do you have Facebook?" And then they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Add me on Facebook." And then I'll look up my name on their Facebook. And then, like if they're pregnant or they're looking for a new job, I'll be like, "Oh, I can't wait to see, your baby when they're born," or whatever. Because like I said, you want them to feel like you care about them. So do whatever you can to listen, learn, and show emotion towards them, and then get them as a friend on Facebook. Because getting them as a friend on Facebook is going to do all the work you need. If you are posting the way I teach you and tell you to post, you are going to draw people in. They're going to come to your Facebook and ask you for help. They're going to message you in your inbox and say, "Hey, I want to buy Shakeology. What is that crap you're drinking? I want it." You're not going to have to go on messages like, "Hey girl, I'm starting a fitness group. Would you like to join it?" Because sometimes that works. I call it cold messaging. Sometimes it doesn't work. So you don't want to lose out on a friend because you cold messaged them and they thought you were unappealing. So you just get creative. I'll just explain a few girls I added this week. One girl I added because she was having problems in her marriage. She was on a mom group. And I added her and was like, "Hey girl, I read this book called Love Dare. My husband read it. Have you ever seen the movie Fireproof? You should look up that movie. You should read that book. It's great." And she was like, "Well, I'm doing this. My husband is just not trying." And I said, "You know what? He doesn't even need to try. It's all you. You do all the work. You read the book. You do it all by yourself." And then, we just started talking about our kids and whatever. And then another girl I added, her name was Alexis, and she spelled her name just like mine. And so I added her and was like, "Hey, nice to meet you. I think this is so cool. I've only met 3 people in my life with the same spelling of their name as me." So I'm like totally geeked out right now. And she was like, "Oh my God, me too. Like I've never met an Alexis with the US. So weird to see that." And so we just connected that way and made friends. I've never mentioned her Beachbody. I comment on her stuff. I like it. She comments on mine and likes my stuff. And, that's just how it goes. And I will tell you a little trick that I do, and don't think that that I care about money, because I don't think that I sound like really uppity because I'm totally not. But when I'm on a yard sale site, if someone is commenting on an item that is $50 or more, I add them because I truthfully feel if they have $50 to spend on a pair of jeans, then they probably have $140 to spend on a program. That is me judging them before I know them, but I am just growing my market. And so I know that's hard for me and Katrina and Kelly because we live in the same area. But, I'm on some yard sale sites that don't belong here. So, you can get on random stuff. Like I got on a New York website one time, yard sale site, because I was like, whatever. I'm about to meet people that live in New York. I don't care. And so you never know what's going to happen. I never thought Jenny was going to be on my team. I met her because we were both poaching on the same person. And then that girl never signed up and she ended up joining my team. So, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, Kelly was at my friend's cookout and was like, hey, I think I really want to do Shakeology. That we were at a cookout. I mean, we've known each other for a long time, but that is what sparked that kind of relationship. Me and Katrina worked together. I never told her to join me. Did I ever ask you to join Beachbody, Katrina? Never. I was just her friend because I wanted to be. And so when you're genuine things are going to happen to you. You're going to draw people to you, and you will always, always, always attract people like you. So if you are a negative person and you're always complaining on your Facebook, that's what you're going to attract. I'm not going to lie, but I do attract a lot of needy people. And that is because I obviously am bleeding out the fact that I help people. And so I draw those people to me and they want help. And I get so emotional about it. I've had to draw the line plenty of times because there's times I've paid for someone to sign up. I have met them across BFE and bought Shakeology for them. I mean, and brought it to them and they paid me in payments because I genuinely want everybody to experience the happiness that I have with Beachbody. But the thing is, that you have to remember, and I'm telling you this because I've been burned a lot, people only value their money. Money is it. People value love. People value religion, but people value money. I mean, it's got to be at the top of the list. Tying with first, I don't know. But people value money because they have to work for it. And so when they're putting in their hours and they're working extremely hard and they have their money, whatever they buy, most people, let me back up, most people, because there are people that don't value money and literally live paycheck to paycheck just because they can't stop spending their money. A budget goes a long way. And some people don't live like that. So you will find people who will throw money around but might not value your product. But the majority of the time, someone who's going to value your product is someone who had to put their hard-earned money down towards it. So when you're thinking about buying someone's way in, there are a few select people that will actually be worth. To me, if you want something bad enough, you get it. So if you have to go clean somebody's house, you do it. And maybe that's the mindset I have because I'm extremely driven, but I truly believe my husband got free wood. We got free wood off Craigslist. If I know he can build something, I'm going to have him build something out of that free wood so I can sell it to get money to do what I want. That's how it's going to go. If he wants to get cows, he's going to go make money and put that aside outside of our budget because he knows there's not room in our budget for that. So I'm a firm believer in people will get what they want no matter what. It's just the truth. The only difference in me is when I climb to the top, my hands are going to be clean and the rest of my teams will be too. There are people that are greedy and they are people that will cut corners to climb to the top. We're not about that. We're not doing that around here. Plus, here's the thing. If you're cutting corners, you're not helping people. And if you're not helping people, we have a problem. Because I want you to change people's lives. I want you to go out and spread everything you have and change as many lives as possible. So if you're cutting corners, then we're not changing lives. Then we got to back up. And it will happen. You will feel frustrated, like you can't reach your goals, and you're like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? But we're not going to cut corners. We're going to genuinely meet people, be their friends, care about them, and get them all on our team. I know forming is scary. I know adding people is scary. But you have to think that, like, when you add somebody, and this can work out in two ways. When you add somebody and you talk to them, maybe they've never shown interest in Beachbody. Maybe they have and said they didn't want to. You start adding their friends. People that are commenting on their statuses, you're commenting on their status, are adding them. What might happen is that one person might sign up as a coach. But here's the thing. You already probably convinced 3 of their friends to sign up. So when they sign up, they're going to have 3 friends ready to go. Some people that don't get excited about that. I do. I'm like, hey, I done talked to her and talked to her and talked to her. So now that you signed up, let's sign them up under you. Because I know I'm dedicated. Sometimes in someone's business, their first month, they need to get something out of it or they're gone. So if someone's coming to me like, my friend wants to sign up and she said she talked to you, I'm like, girl, let's sign her up under you. You might have to get 2 Success Club points. You might have to start a challenge group. You're a coach. You just sold a challenge pack. So that can happen. Or you might make new friends like I did with Jenny. You might find someone else for your team that wasn't, yes, I love you, who was meant to be on your team. What did you say?
I don't like you.
You're lying. You say he doesn't like you. He's a lion. If he read our text, he would love you. So, anything can happen. Anything is possible out of your business. People come and go. Remember that people will always quit. That's okay. Not everybody is like you. And I know that's hard for people to understand because it's hard for me to understand sometimes, but not everybody is like you. Not everybody can see the big picture. And that is why the beginning is so important for us. That is why this is what we need to teach our coaches in the beginning, because learning how to talk to somebody and learning how to form and get them in your challenge group is the most important thing you can do. Because if you don't know how to do that, we're wasting a little bit of time, and that might be time that you change your mind or someone else changes their mind about coaching. So if one of your coaches is struggling, we need to focus hardcore on that, because what I say is the most important part. So I'm about to unmute the line. I want you guys to tell me, I want each one of you to tell me something that you struggle with or that you feel you need help with that you haven't quite got it yet. So Kelly, you're going first. Of course. Yeah.
Of course. I have trouble sometimes, like I mentioned to you before, like I will try to add people from a group and then I'll forget where I added them. And they're like, who are you? Or they don't like add me as a friend. And then I do have trouble like kind of starting a conversation other than just, I don't want to be like you said, jump down Beachbody, and then just scare them off or like, yeah, whatever. She just cares about selling or something. So sometimes I'll just talk about kids, or a lot of them are moms, obviously. So I guess that'd be my thing, was trying to find ways to talk to people without.
Moms are the best, because if you had a baby, your body ain't looking how you want it to look. So moms are the best. They know what it feels like to watch their stomach grow and then go back and they don't like the way it looks, because let's face it, you can work out and your stomach definitely ain't never going to look the way it did before you had a baby, because it's just impossible. So when you're meeting them, don't ever think about Beachbody. Never think about it. Just think to yourself, like, I'm about to make new friends. I'm about to make lifelong friends. I want to care about these people. I meet people all the time and we'll spend like 30 minutes talking about our family. And who cares? Because I like hearing about people's kids, and I want to talk about my kids because they're the best. So, don't think about coaching. When you're adding someone, you're making friends with them, don't think about that. I will say one tip I do is write it down. When you add somebody, write their name down. You should start forming a list. You should have an ongoing list. And when you add someone, write their name down and next to it, write where you met them. So I'm in this page called Super Mom. Somebody added me in there. So obviously I'm a super mom, I guess. Is that my little baby over there? Did she have fun at school? So whenever I'm meeting people in there, I'd be like, oh, I gave you the Supermom page. Saw that you had, no, I'm not going to use that example. Saw that you, I don't know, whatever I saw. And then I'll add, or in yard sale site, I'll add people that I comment on their stuff to buy it. And then whenever they ask me, I'm like, oh yeah, I added you because you had some really cute shirts. And if you ever sell them again, I want to get them before you put them on the yard sale site. And they're like, oh, okay, whatever. Or this one girl that lives local to me, her kid is so cute. And she dresses him in like a shirt that says, like he wore this plain black shirt and it was white lettering and it said, Mr. Still Your Girl. And it was like the cutest shirt. Or like she'll wear best shirt and he'll wear friend. And they just wear the cutest stuff. And so I'll message her and be like, girl, I need to buy my kid these clothes, and my husband's going to get mad because I've been creeping on you, and I feel like I need all them shirts. And then she's like, oh, you should buy them. Here's a website I go on, whatever. It has nothing to do with Beachbody. Now, after I was her friend for a while, I did approach her. She goes to the gym a lot, and I thought, man, I really want her on my team. And she said no, and that was totally cool. Like, we're still friends. We still talk. My own best friend's not a coach. I mean, she's a coach, but she just buys Shakeology. But, so, you know, don't ever take offense or don't feel nervous to be friends with somebody. And you know what? If someone does be like, I don't add people I don't know, just like, totally get it. I just enjoy making new mom friends. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you or anything. And 90% of the time, honestly, they're going to come back and be like, hey, you're supposed to put cheese on this. Put it back in the oven for 3 minutes. Sorry, guys. I'm hungry. So 90% of the time, they're going to be like, oh, well, you know, I'll add you. Because people are creepers and dudes are creepers. And so sometimes people won't add people they don't know. But then whenever they're like, do I know you? I'm like, oh, I saw you in the Supermom page. I just like making friends with moms that have the same views as me. I saw that you like breastfeeding and I like breastfeeding. And then they're like, oh, well, I don't add people I know, but since you like breastfeeding, you know, it works out. That's JC's ringtone, guys. Sorry. It works out well for me. So let it work out well for you. Don't feel nervous. Write it down. Take a picture of where you, like, sometimes if I'm really busy, I'll snapshot on my phone where I added them so that I can come up with it. Or sometimes I'll just be like, you know what, girl, I'm sorry. I'm in like 10 mom pages, and I think I added you from a mom page, and like it's been a really long Friday, you know? And be honest, and then they'll be like, oh, it's cool, whatever. And sometimes they'll be like, well, obviously you're adding a lot of people, and they'll delete me, which is fine. I've had people, here's an example of why I want you to not get offended. I had a girl in a page ask me about Shakeology and Beachbody. This rarely ever happens. I talked to her for 5 minutes and signed her up. She was like, okay, I went to my website and signed up as a coach, bought a challenge pack. Cool. Sent her the welcome email, woke up the next morning to welcome her to the group because it was like midnight when she signed up, and she blocked me on Facebook.
That's weird.
Yeah. And she canceled her coach account. And I was like, what? You came to me. I don't get it. But you know what? Whatever. I'm moving on. If people don't want to hear my message, I'm going to find people that do want to hear my message. Because there's plenty of people that want to hear your message. So don't get worried about it. The more you do it, the better it gets.
Okay.
And you're good at this. You're an awesome coach. And I have people come to me all the time like, oh my God, Kelly looks so good. So you should be so proud of yourself and what you've done, because obviously you can do it and you can help other people do it because you already did.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Did I answer? Did I help you?
Yeah. Also, I have to try to find ways to like put emotion into my stuff. You know, like you've told me once, I didn't get offended, but you know how when I post certain pictures of something, I need to put emotion in it instead of just,
yeah, it doesn't have to make someone cry. Like I can be like, get in my water jug and be looking at it and be like, listen. And I like post, this is exactly something I'd post. Just like that ugly face. And then I'd put above it, oh my gosh. Today, I totally got sidetracked, forgot to drink my water, and now I'm sitting here trying to focus on chugging this 30 ounces before I can go to bed. And then I'd be like, raise your hand if you drank all your water today and you did better than me. And then someone will comment there like, oh, I did, girl. Oh, how much water should you be drinking? Blah, blah. And, you know, that it's easy. That's emotion. That's showing me being vulnerable and me admitting like, hey, this is what happened. When I was pregnant, I posted a picture of 3 Oreos and a glass of milk, and that was it. And the picture said, because I'm pregnant. And then I hashtagged, I need to get in gear. I need pregnant, not powerless. And then I hashtag use making excuses, whatever. So, and you know how many likes that got? Like 80. Because people want to see fit people doing bad stuff. I mean, it's as simple as that. So it doesn't have to make someone cry. It just has to make, like today when I posted, let's be honest, let's be real or something, who folds or who wads the sheet. One girl comment on there and was like, no, 20,000 people comment on there and it goes like, begin to fold, doesn't look right, wad. And then in my mind, I was laughing because I was like, that is so mean. Like, I'll start folding it. Like, damn, this is not weird. God, and I knew that was me. And so it drew an emotion out of me and it made me laugh. And I bet you half the people that comment on there were like, oh, that's me. I do that. Because that's an emotion out of them. So, you know, it doesn't have to always be sentimental or, you know, make someone cry. Now, I would like for you to make someone cry every now and then, but, you know, I mean, even when I shared my video about being able to do 5 push-ups or 7, whatever time it was, 5, that was a big deal to me. And I was pretty scared to say that. I was pretty scared to be honest and be like, hey, I can only do 5 push-ups. Like I said, I'm all legs. I don't have upper body strength. And so that grew a huge emotion out of people. And I signed up some people on my team that honestly said to me, I came to you because you are so real and you are so honest. And I believe, like, I love you. And you even said that because you know somebody else who's a coach. And I'm like looking at you over here. You know somebody that's a coach. And so you said that to me. I came to you because I relate to you. You feel real. I feel like I can talk to you. That is what this business is all about. There's 1,000,000,001 coaches. And let's be honest, people can go to teambeachbody.com and sign up and they'll get a random coach. Happens. I mean, we get random customers. So just remember that when you're thinking about it, you're getting better at it. You're good at it. Your posts are good. And you motivate people with that hot bod you got. I just get so over myself. I'm like, oh, Kelly, yeah, she looks so good. I love it. Okay. Jenny, it's your turn.
I think my biggest issue is I know how to form. I know how to talk to people. I know how to build people up and encourage them. But for the love of God, somewheres it turns into word vomit in my head and it doesn't go from my head to my mouth or my head to my fingers. And it's like, hey, how are shit, run and hide. Like I can't. I don't know what it is. And yet somebody else can talk to me and be like, hey, I got this message today. What do I do? And I'm like, oh, fantastic. Here, talk to them. Don't worry about coaching. Like, you know, where are your goals at? What do you think? I can do it in my head as long as it stays in my head. It's just the whatever.
You know, sometimes I have issues typing stuff out. And so that's why I'll voice text. And truthfully, sometimes you have to hear the same thing from somebody else. Just the same reason why I'll call you when I'm stressing and you'll tell me what I already know, but I have to hear it from somebody other than my head.
I just like when I sit there and like I start to form people, like I sit there and like I'll even have it in front of me and I'm like, okay, you know, family, occupation, recreation, you know, and everything else like
it
that.
Feels
and
too
uniform. And I'm like, what?
Maybe because it feels too uniform.
But it's not even that. Like even if I try to like throw it out there, I'm like, I feel like I have Tourette's. I feel like best example, I feel like I'm Audrey. Like it's there. I can't.
I think it's because you get overwhelmed. You get excited and overwhelmed and then you're like, crap. I do the same thing. And that's why I will like leave the message. I like used to see it and be like, I have to respond. And now I'll leave it and I'll be like, all right, when I get in the right mind to answer this, which is sometimes taking a crap or taking a bath, because that's my only time to be alone or sitting in my car 5 minutes before I go in the house, you know? That's just honestly it. You got to find when your mind is right. And type it out and then read it and be like, oh yeah, I got to delete that. Or type it out, send it to me or send it to Kelly, whoever, your success partner. Send it out and then be like, is this all right? Or do I sound like a doofus? Because the one thing I will tell you that's the worst thing ever, and I've learned this working for Walmart, is wanting to say something and not being able to say it because you're afraid you sound dumb.
I'm not worried about that. Really? Do you see my pictures?
No, listen. It's not that you feel like you sound dumb. It's that you feel like what you're going to say, you're going to be like, crap, I shouldn't have said that. And so then you either don't say it or you do say it and then regret it and don't know how to recover from it.
But boss, it's not that. Like, Corey came to me the other day when she first signed, asking about, she had somebody, didn't know how to direct the conversation. I was having the exact same conversation with somebody else. And for some reason, I could tell her exactly what to do with it. And word for word, here's a quote, send it to them. But I like, something in me was just like,
then you just message me and I'll tell you what to say, and then we'll just do that until you're comfortable doing it. If you know what
even copy and paste what I sent to my own coach to my own like prospect.
Just keep doing that. You're a bomb at this. So it's just my
head. It's too far up my butt cheeks again.
No, you're just so busy. You're so overwhelmed because you have so much going on. Your kids are 2 full-time jobs. That's the truth, because from like 6 to 9, I'll be like out of commission because I cannot even think right to say anything remotely intelligent in that time frame. You know, when I get my best thoughts laying on the ground after I just got done working out. Emotion is coming to me right now. That's how I get. So you gotta find when it's good and dig it. And then other times just be like, screw it, I effed it up. And then half the time, here's the truth, you're gonna screw something up and they're not even know.
Yeah, I know.
And I'll just be like, oh, sorry, I realized that was a lot, but it's just kind of a lot to take in. I just kind of threw it all out there. And then they're like, oh, it's fine. And I'm like, oh, God, I hope that was okay. You're a boss.
On to the next victim. Katrina, you're next. Ah.
Is next. Go, girl.
I think my hardest thing is I don't have kids.
I knew you were going to say that.
So it's hard for me to find people that I can talk to. I have gone to, there was a show on TLC called My Big Fat Fabulous Life about this fat girl.
Yes.
So I liked the page, and then I would scroll through the comments, and people would be like, oh, I wish I could lose weight like you. So then I would add those people. Well, or I would message those people, and it would go to their others folder, and I'd never hear from them. Or I would add them, and they were like people that would never purchase. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I think that's where it's hard for me. It's hard to connect with somebody that is my age. You know what I mean?
Okay, so on the page that you were saying that you added people, make sure you like, and now they have the reply thing on Facebook. So make sure you like and reply to their comment so that they can see your name. That way when you add them, they can remember that they saw your name somewhere else and they recognize you. And then they'll add you. And then when you message them, be like, hey girl, I added you off of my Big Fat Fabulous Life page. I really enjoy making new friends that have the same goals as me. Where are you from? And so that will give you a step in without trying to talk about Beachbody and making sure that they'll add you. And truthfully, it's all a numbers game. And so if you're adding 20 people, probably 5 of them are going to accept, and then probably 2 of them are actually going to talk to you. So if there's an issue with having enough people or making enough friends, you just keep adding. You guys hold on one second.
Maybe I should play some music, like Jeopardy music.
I had to make sure my food wasn't burning. Dixie went outside, and I'm like, is the oven on? Yeah, he slaved over that, and I'm trying to eat it. So if there's an issue with that, just know that it's just do more. If you ever are doubting your following or your friends, do more. And that sucks because sometimes I'll add someone, I'll be like, man, I really want them. And then they'll never accept my friend request. And then I'm like, okay, cool.
I think one night maybe we should get together and teach me how to show emotion. I think that I sit here and I think about posting a status or whatever, and I'll sit here and think about it, and maybe I'm thinking too hard, then I get frustrated and delete it.
Right. It happens to me. I thought all day long today I really wanted to post. I needed to make an emotional post because you truthfully should at least make one a day. And I was like, I have nothing to say. And then after I got in my car, I was just like, oh, I had the worst day at work. And that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about that. And even like one time I posted a picture of my truck and was like, made a Facebook post about how some guys were like, oh, I bet it's nice driving that truck daddy got you. And I was like, I bought this truck with Beachbody. And so I made a post about that, and it was emotional for somebody. Because I signed up because Jacqueline bought a car. She's not emotional the slightest. And it takes a lot of work for her to be out there. It doesn't for me. I'm vulnerable. I will share my life. So you think about that. Somebody who's incredibly emotional signed up because someone else bought a car, and I was like, I'm going to buy a car. And so you can get that out of somebody else. Like, oh, you did this, or you did that. And they're like, oh, I can buy those shoes, or I can wear that shirt she bought, or whatever. And you just emphasize the little things incredibly. So like water is a huge deal. You emphasize that, just like I was talking about a minute ago. Going down in a shirt size, people don't pay attention to that. And I will post a picture of one shirt that might be a large, and I'll wear extra large, and I'll be like, when in my life, what I want feels so out of reach sometimes. And when I look at myself in the mirror, it feels like I am not moving. I'm not hitting my goals. My scale isn't moving the same. But today I bought a large instead of an extra large. And that is so important to me. The day that I was 199 pounds was an important day for me. Nobody wants to be 199 pounds. But when you're over 200 and you go to 199, like I had to make a post up there. I sat there on that scale staring at it for like 5 minutes and got up and redid it again 3 times because I was like, am I really 199 pounds? Like, never again in my life do I want to see the 200s. And while I might not be losing weight like somebody on TV is, or somebody who's taking pills, I was 227 pounds and now I weigh 199. That's emotional for somebody. And somebody in my challenge group, I was in another challenge group with another coach, and they were like, I have to move the scale today. I mean, I moved to the next bracket, like 199. And I was like, man, I am so happy for you because I know how emotional that feeling is. To see 200, I mean, that's just like buying a shirt that says $19.99 over $20. I'm like, oh, I'm saving money. It's not a lot. 1 pound is not that much, but to see 200 and 199, it's emotional. So just think of things that are emotional to you, and you might be trying to think of something so big that you're missing the small stuff. Oh, my hair is in my face. You might be missing out on one of the small things that really could mean a lot to somebody. So don't discount yourself because you're not a mom, and just come over to my house.
I'll borrow your kids.
Yeah, have them. Talk about them. They like to be talked about. Kelly, we lost you for a minute. Yeah. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Yes. Last one, Mrs. Franklin.
Okay.
Wait, Franken. Look, I said it wrong. Is it Franken?
Yeah, it's Franklin.
Oh, I like that name. I wish my last name was Frank.
Yeah, and one of the things that I struggle with, I mean, I know like the family and the occupation and the recreation and like the last one is message them like, okay, how am I gonna get the message out? And before I really knew the form, I was just wanted to post just about Beachbody, about fitness, about workout. I'm like, no. So and then I've gotten better at it, and then like when it comes to like like trying to add people, then I just don't talk to them, and I'm like, I've got to start communicating with them, see if they to be interested in them, and then once I try to message them, and then they don't respond back, I message them again, they don't respond back, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting patient.
So what I do, if I have that problem, is I'll go to my friends list, and like the whole A's section, I will say like, all right, today I'm going to do the A's, the people whose name starts with an A, and I'll go click on their name and go to their Facebook and like their status and comment on it. And then I'll do that to the next person, all the way down to A's. And then the next week, once I've gotten, seen their post and they've seen mine, I might message one or two of them and be like, hey girl, how have you been? And just catch up with them. It doesn't, and if people don't respond to you, let it go. I have the same problem. Random people don't ever sometimes message back. One girl was supposed to buy a contract last year and never responded back to me. And this year, she just messaged me on Facebook yesterday and told me that she didn't appreciate me ignoring her because apparently she works at the grocery store that I go to. And I didn't know that. I'm sorry, I can't recognize everybody on Facebook. It happens. And I was like, girl, I call her manager because that is highly unprofessional. You don't seek somebody out on Facebook that ain't your friend and say, I don't appreciate you ignoring me. I didn't ignore you or I wouldn't have paid you. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, just don't take it personal. Don't get offended and realize that not everybody's meant to hear your message. And so do like I said, go in the A's and start adding people. Or not adding people, messaging them, comment on their stuff. If they don't message back after the second time you message them, I wouldn't message them again. I would just archive their message for later if they ever do respond, and keep being their friend though. Like keep commenting on their Facebook and their stuff, because a no is never really a no. Well, sometimes it is, but most of the time it never really is, because people generally need to see something 5 times before they get a feeling of want. So like I might see the same purse 5 times before I'm like, okay, I'm willing to spend $100 on that. And it's the same way with our product. So don't feel like if you're saying something, you're not doing it right. It's just not always right time for them. And as well as your Facebook posts, you talk about Beachbody. You should make 1 post a day about Beachbody or about your business. It doesn't have to say Beachbody, but it could be like your workout or whatever. It doesn't, don't ever feel like you're all vomiting. If you do feel like you're vomiting on somebody, then you just be like, hey, Alexis, hey, Jenny, hey, Katrina, let me say this real quick. Did I do this wrong? And then I might just go delete that real fast and redo it. I mean, and I'll do that to help you. Like Jenny wanted to post her results and her picture was like way too far. And I said, delete that and send that to me and let me redo it. And so I remade the picture and was like, this is what I want you to post because it looks so good. And that's what she posted. And golly, that thing went out of the roof, through the roof, whatever the words are. And so if you feel like you're struggling, ask. Because I promise that if I wake up at 3 a.m, that's where I'll be. That's what I do. I've had a coach that worked overnight shift, and that's what I do. So don't feel nervous to ask. You're the awesomest ever. I was about to say something else, but sometimes stuff just starts coming out of my mouth. I was going to say thebomb.com or something cool like that.
Okay, and I have another question. Like, if I post something and then I don't have any likes or comments for like a day or 2, and then I usually delete that and then just okay. Just forget about it.
Don't delete it because people are seeing it. What I do if I don't get anything, I'll be like, go in the group page, go in our team page, and be like, hey guys, can you go comment on my status? And so then like, and I do the same thing for all my coaches. Whenever they post about their challenge group, I'll be like, yeah, girl, I want to do that because I want to support them. And I do and would do that. If I was not a customer of Beachbody, I would buy that product. So I go comment on it and like it. And I try to do my best to like everybody's stuff just because. But if you're not getting anything, go on the team page and be like, hey guys, I need some love on my post. And then just make sure that you're doing the same for the people that you're adding, because that's why they're going to see you, because you're commenting and liking their stuff. That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like a garden. I'm going to say that 100 times. Like plant seeds and you wait for the little bud to come up, and then you got to wait another forever for the leaves to grow and the actual fruit to grow, or vegetable or whatever the heck is growing. And so same thing with our business. It takes a while. I come up with the weirdest stuff. It's like a diamond in the rough. First it was coal and then whatever happens to it, whatever. It's 9 o'clock, guys. I haven't ate yet. Is everybody good? Give me a thumbs up. Nobody has any questions? Well, then, if nobody has any questions, then I'll let you guys get off here. I love you. Have a good night. I'm going to post this in the team page so you tag your peoples in it. And let's...
Don't forget this time.
I didn't forget. It's in the recorded file.